Rome from Sea Clown with you on SBS PopAsia's K-Wave. And it's time for drum rolls. Do they ever give me drum rolls? Yes, they do. The drum rolls, Rose Week. Where I let you in on what happened in my week, of course. And guys, Rome's Week, okay? The title says it all. But however, in Rome's Week this week, or well, the week that passed, it has been quite a busy week because Sea Clown, we have made our comeback, and all I remember is in the car, out of the car, on schedule, on stage, off stage, in the car, sleep. That's our day. Yeah, that is our day pretty much every day. So instead of speaking of my very busy and hectic scheduled day, I think I would rather talk about the three things that kind of shocked me when I first came to Korea, okay? And I'll just go straight into it. The first thing is drum roll again, please. Okay, the first thing is, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but it's called sauna in Korea. Sauna. Is that right, Hyunira? Is that sauna? Sauna 맞지? It's right, yeah? Okay. Okay. He said it's right. Okay. Yeah, I got Ray next to me, guys. He's like my sound mastering producer. Like, he touches all the sounds for my voice recording. Yes, it is very professional, and he composes. Ray, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, there you go. But anyway, speaking of which, I said sauna, and you guys might not know what I'm talking about, but sauna, you could also say it as sauna, right? I don't know. In my case, a lot of Koreans, they call it sauna, and it's a washroom. They don't have these in Australia, obviously, but in Korea, it's a pretty open culture. And what they do is they have the men's washroom and the female washroom, like, on both sides. No, it's not crossed and it's not mingled, so they do not wash together. But what I mean by washroom is it's pretty much a place where guys go to just have a really relaxing time. They can go there, they can just sleep, eat, and most importantly, they can just enjoy like steam rooms. I'm pretty sure some people know what steam rooms are. Occasionally, if you go to a swimming pool, there's like this kind of steam room that's next to like the toilets or something, and they go there pretty much to sweat everything off, right? It's relaxing. And in Korea, why I say it's such a culture shock for me is because I grew up in Australia and I wasn't really exposed to that kind of stuff. So when I first went there with my friends and we first went into the washrooms, okay, I'm not okay, I don't know. Some of you may be cool about this, but everyone was naked. And that kind of makes me feel uncomfortable when there's a lot of guys that are just naked, and definitely it just kind of made me feel uncomfortable because I was not really accustomed to that kind of custom, that culture, even though I am Korean myself. So yeah, it was a very new experience. I'm used to it now. I'm very used to it now, but back then it was my first time, and I had no idea what that place was. And a lot of people were like having showers and etc. etc. So yeah, new experience. It's not always bad, guys. It's not always bad. And second culture shock for me was probably the taxis. Yep, the taxis. And why I say the taxis is when I say taxi, everyone knows in Australia that the taxi fee is quite dear. It's really expensive, guys. And for example, if you have to travel from Strathfield to Parramatta, those are like kind of cities that are really not that far away from each other. Well, they are kind of far in Australia, but anyway, if you have to travel from those kind of places in taxi, it would cost quite a bit. But in Korea, the same distance, it wouldn't cost that much. It's actually really cheap if you think about it. And when I first came to Korea, I realized how cheap the taxi was, right? So pretty much I spent every day like traveling by taxi. I mean, you could always take the subway, which is more cheaper, but there's a but. I decided to take the taxi because I was really lazy. And if you are like one of those lazy type people where you just cannot be bothered walking a little bit more, just making that extra work to save money, then you guess you're the type that is kind of like me who takes a taxi. And just like that, I guess I kind of I was broke. Yeah, there it is. I was broke by the end of the week, and I was like, Mom, help me, I'm broke. The taxi took all my money. And honestly, guys, it's not a bad thing, okay? It is a bad thing if you don't know, if you underestimate how much you could actually spend on the taxis here in Korea because they are so cheap. But do not be misled because that thought of, the taxi being cheap can actually lead you to going on taxis more than you should. So that's a lesson, okay? When you come to Korea, do not underestimate that, all right? It could be very dangerous because I had no money to go buy myself some McDonald's after that, all right? So I was really hungry, and that's a very big culture shock for me. Well, it's for me personally. Okay, and the next culture shock that I pretty much got was the nightlife in Korea. I know a lot of people talk about this, and it's kind of the main reason why a lot of people would want to travel to Korea is for the nightlife. And in Australia, a lot of shops close pretty much like at 8 p.m., 7 p.m., if early, even 6 p.m. But my friends, ladies and gentlemen, Korea, they start life at like 1 a.m. Oh no, sorry, at 12 a.m. Yes, that is how crazy that is. Okay, everything starts opening from 9 p.m. and it all starts at 12 a.m. It goes all the way to 7 a.m. and etc. etc. It repeats itself day by day. And one place I would recommend would be like Hongdae, Itaewon, Cheongdam, Gangnam. These are all the best places to be at when you're not, when you can't go to sleep and you just have to do something. Then, my friends, Korea is the place for you because at night everything opens. Yes, from food stores to the cinemas to just hangout areas where you can just chill with your friends, just drink with your friends, all that good stuff. And a lot of people enjoy that kind of culture here in Korea, especially for teenagers and even just people that finish work really early and they have nothing to do. You could just chill out here in Korea with the nightlife. Yes, guys, it is one of the best places to come to. Come meet your favorite idol, me. Or just, come here and just chill out. So, guys, if you ever get a chance, come for not just the nightlife, but actually just for Korea itself. Because it is such an amazing place, and it has to go down as my number 3 in the biggest culture shock I ever got in Korea. Because Australia, they don't. Well, I'm not sure about now, but back then, they didn't have much of a nightlife for me, and it's quite different. So, anyway, those are my 3 culture shocks. And guys, if you ever been to a different country, and you got like a culture shock from that country, please let me know at Rome_C_Clown or at SBS PopAsia, or just post that on the SBS PopAsia Facebook page. Please do that, and I'll be really interested in reading your thoughts and opinions or just experiences. Coming up after this song, I'm answering some questions. It could be yours. Dun dun dun. If you tweet me at Rome_C_Clown at SBS PopAsia, or again post on the Pop Asian Facebook page. Now here's new music from history with Psycho on SBS Pop Asia's K-Way.